What I do know is we have a community game here for you. Ashuto Lamba says, T90, how do I join the game? Well, if you're looking to play in a game, and I will speak to YouTubers as well now, community games are with the live viewers. So you have to be here for the beginning of a live stream or just before a game starts. We will do more games today. And then we will draw your name. Well, hopefully we will draw your name because a lot of people want to play. And then as Woo 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 comes in from this weird guy, we'll be able to get you in a game. So this is a regicide game. And you're going to see right now that Hank Day is going to lose his scout. It is calling Spirit of the Law, though, because it is all Japanese. And it is using a very interesting mod, which I would talk about later on. Now, let me introduce the players quickly. In the red, we have Hank Day. I mean, I know I say his name wrong, but I'm going to stick with it because if I back down now, it's just gonna look bad, right? Hank Day's here in the red. Woo! Must have been a pause because we saw all that chat. XD is in the blue. In the orange, we have Cribbles. In the purple, we have Firenzo, who... Oh gosh, Firenzo, that's a very interesting start for you. That lumber camp's far away from the wood and now your sheep are out here, but maybe it had to do with the lag or something. In the yellow, we have Cape Man. In the green, we have Tom Cromwell, otherwise known as Illidi in my Twitch chat, if you are good friends with him there. In the teal, we have the Stan. In the gray, we have Mycronic. And then in the red, we already introduced, so we should be good to go here. Chwy323 with a sub as well. Guys, keep the woo 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 spam in the chat for the subs. Of course, naturally, the first community game of the day has to have some connection issues. And luckily, I haven't done a community game in a long time, so this does not frustrate me. We are here with my can of my favorite beverage, and we are just relaxing. Despite the fact that people have connection issues, and it can bother me sometimes. But you have time to get your bets in, so let's talk about the map. We have tons of water. Obviously, it looks like they have small islands, but they are connected. I was going to say via marshes, but via roads. Alright. So, while the connections are a little bit different, like you can see over here, if it were to remain consistent, there would be a road here. But it looks like the roads actually meet out here on this side. Same concept, though. There's roads. There's a lot of water. Water control could be really important. And honestly, wood could be a problem in this one. Because they only have their small islands and there's a lot of water and no wood in the middle. This would be a really, really cool King of the Hill map. But this is mega random, by the way. This is using the Petard mod. The Petard mod is something we'll talk about later on, but basically you can get an elite Petard upgrade, or elite Petard upgrade as I like to say. And that elite Petard is ridiculously strong and fast and is hilarious. If you missed that stream, I will upload that to YouTube within the next week or two. Cape Man is gone. Oh man. That's really disappointing. Is the game gonna work? Okay, I think they're gonna rehost it. Alright, well, forget about that map. And don't worry, I'll keep the bets rolling. If you want to spectate the game, you join just like you want to play the game. There's a slot for spectators, so it's game 102, passes 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Algernon, good point. Well, actually, I'm not sure if the mod does provide extra wood. Let me see. I don't think this provides extra wood. But that would be a good idea, where trees had double the amount of wood. Oh, hold on. All trees containing 200 wood changed from containing 100 and 125. I'm just a moron. I'm gonna link this in the chat for you guys. If you have Vooble, you can use this. It's pretty cool. And also the Petards can destroy trees, as you will see there in the little video. So Cape Man says he had a crash. So that's understandable. It does happen to the best of us. But how is everybody doing today? Talk to me, please. Let me know how you're doing. I want to hear it. I want to hear all about your life. Not all about it, though. I was wrong. I don't know if I could hear all about your life. That would be pretty complicated. But yeah, just tell me how your week's been going. It is what? It's not even hump day. We're past hump day now. Yesterday was hump day, so if you get off weekends, I'm sure you're looking forward to that. Delta, good to see you, man. Who Billy says, T90, been watching your YouTube videos since September. Never made a stream until now. You're the best. Who Billy, good to see you here, man. Tell me about your life. I'm good. I'm having evening lessons today. Well, it's not bad. You can relax all day then, I guess. So my plan today, I'll tell you a little bit about my life and my day. I will stream today for you guys. Then I'm going to have to go grocery shopping. Then I'm going to have to cook some food. Then I'm going to have to go to the gym. Then I'm going to have to stop somewhere about insurance changes. Then I'm going to go to my parents' house. And we're going to have to talk about some changes with adult stuff. Because I moved out a couple months ago. And apparently my info is still wrong. And yeah. So yeah, I have a jam-packed day for a day off. I know we have a lot of students in the chat, so kudos to you. I have to study discrete mathematics for exams, says not that random user. What time is it for me, Elgos? It is 10:46 a.m. Jonas says, I'm an NBA writer for my job. See, I thought that was going to be a troll. I thought someone was going to say they were an NBA player. But why do I find AoE more interesting to watch or entertaining to watch? I don't know, man, because it is more entertaining to watch. Let's be honest. If I make fun of the NBA right now, will you get angry? Honestly, NBA, I like the playoffs, but regular season is just a bore. I sound so grown up. Yeah, it really sucks. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you guys like specifics about my job. I think that's just stupid because this is the internet, but I work retail. So they're relaunching a game, by the way. You have, I'm going to bump it up again. 7.5 minutes. This will be the same settings as before. But since it's mega random, we might see a different map. Oh, you're an Arsenal fan. Okay, well, wow, this is similar unless they restored it, which I don't think they did. Wow. I'm a United fan, so it's always good to have Arsenal in the league to make fun of as well. But only joking, if you're a Premier League fan, then that's awesome. Okay, really weird that they restored this one, guys, and it's almost the exact same. But hopefully Cape Man does not crash this time. He was having some issues. Same settings though. It's Japanese. Spirit of the Law. Are you there? Firenzo. He's here in the purple. In the gray, we have Mycronic. In the red, we have Hankde. I don't know why I don't say like Super Nerd or something. I just like saying Hankde. XD is in the blue now. In the green, we have Tom Cromwell. In the yellow, we have Cape Man. In the orange, we have Cribbles. And did he lost the villager already. Guys, can we get a rect in the chat for Cribbles? Because that was fast. Let's see how he does this time around. Did he block his own villager? Okay, looks like he'll be okay as long as that board doesn't run back. Oh! Whew. Stressful stuff in the teal. We have Stan. And this is Regicide with the community game mod, which is a Petard mod, which beefs up Petards. You can get Elite Petard in the Imperial Age. It is worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. And then also it gives trees more wood, which will really help out here. Players won't run out of wood as fast. Okay, but that's everybody. And if you're wondering how you play in a community game, you have to be here at a live stream, and then we draw from some of the players who want to play or people who want to play. Simple as that, really. But you have to be here. Subs, they get extra drawings into the live stream pool. But anyway, this game is well on its way, and you can see there's a lot of fish to be had, guys. There's a lot of fish. And docking is going to be so important. And I think location's going to benefit some players more than others. Like Orange, for example, he can just fish boom down here and be fine. But you definitely want to go for water control in this one, I think, and then make sure you're safe back at home. Being regicide, you probably have your king in your castle. So you're not going to be too worried about a snipe there until later on in the game, so you're going to need that eco.
4 months and still going. Let's see the T90 woo in chat for many more months.
Somebody's having issues in this game. Crazy Neck, thanks for the resub, man. Appreciate it. I'm probably going to remove the text-to-speech off of the resubs because it's just going to be too obnoxious over time. So if you're going to resub and you want the text-to-speech, do that now. I'll probably do that in between games, but okay, game's back up and running now. If you have 8 different players, a lot of players who don't play regularly, and then from different countries, you're bound to have some connection issues every once in a while. And I was hoping I would jinx it, like backward jinx it, and have it start working correctly, but I don't know. Last time, apparently, Cape Man said his Voobly dropped, which should mean things are fine now. But I don't know. They're gonna have to sort this out for the sake of the stream.
Yeah, smite me.
Might me. But anyway, I'm still warming up myself with my voice today. You can see a lot of people are fishing, and it's Japanese. If you don't know something... There's one thing you might not know about Japanese fishing ships. It's that they are basically tanks. They are tanks on a boat. So these do not go down easily. The feudal age grushes. Fire ships are better later on. But with all the water here, Japanese is going to be a great civilization. I was actually hearing Viper talk about... Well, not hearing Viper. I was on Viper's Discord. And I was listening to Viper talk about how versatile this civilization is. In the Imperial Age, it really does drop off versus some of the top tier civilizations, but at the end of the day, here, everybody's Japanese anyway. They're all going to benefit from the same things. You can see the feudal age times coming in for some players. Fire Enter is already up, actually, which is an incredible time. Look how many deaths we have. That's either a scout or villagers or both for these guys, and I think that has something to do with the lag they've experienced. Fire Enzo went up way too early in my opinion. Look at the population for him. He's not close to that fast castle time he needs, or that fast castle resource he needs. So we'll see what happens here for Fire Enzo, but other players are on their way up as well now. Is it Diplo? No, it is not Diplo. Should be size 6 as well. Yep, size 6. The players are pretty close to one another. With Mega Random, you never know what's going to happen. Nay there.
Ooh, baby. How can you not love that?
Ooh, baby. I like how the emphasis on the words is always wrong with these text-to-speech guys. Always wrong. I don't get it. Probably on purpose. Not much to talk about now, guys. If you look at the gold, there are 2 main gold piles for each player and a small stone pile. The stone pile is actually pretty interesting if that's consistent. Okay, so there's going to be 3 tiles of stone, which, don't do math on stream, comes out to 1,050 stone. So that stone can basically give them another castle and then a couple town centers. But that's it. So it's Japanese, where we can see trebuchets and then elite Petards with this mod. That's actually not great. There are some relics out as well. Fire Enzo actually could really be in a good spot. He could snag this relic easier than anybody else, and he could get this one for sure. You can see relics down here as well. I don't know how many in total there are, but ultimately you just need to fish boom now. And then I think once you get to the castle age, you definitely need to at least defend with fire ships. You could always go galleys. I think galleys will be better later on in the game because the galleys will range, but fire ships are just better because for that little bit of resource you put into making that ship, it's stronger than just one galley. Galleys are better when you mass them, which takes a bigger investment. And seeing as this is a free-for-all, I don't know if that's what you'd want to do. You can just see how tanky these fishing ships are. Like I said, they're tanks on boats. So this is, in my opinion, a bit of a waste from Hank. Hank also docked in the worst position, guys. So I'm going to teach you something here. Hank went inland. Like, he went towards the middle to dock, which is not a good idea. What you want to do is always go to the corner in this situation. Go to the corner. This is the same in Nomad and everything. Go to the furthest point. So, obviously, he has a lot more line of sight now because he has more villagers. But if he sent a villager here or here to build a dock, he should know, okay, there should be deep fish out there. And there are plenty of deep fish out there. Other players did similar things. Like you can see here, XD. He could have gone out here, which actually wouldn't have been too bad. Oh, he did end up doing that. But he went for the back dock in that corner. And then green, though he didn't have a corner, same idea. Orange, though he didn't have a corner, this would be a corner, I guess, of the land. Did the same thing. Teal. So Hank is just basically teaching us a lesson of what not to do here, but still a very good player. Happens to the best of us. Mike, actually, I don't think I gave Mike a shout out for the sub, by the way. Mike also gave me $5 earlier while I was still counting down. And he said that he's been watching my videos for a very long time on YouTube. Something like that. I can't actually see it now, Mike. So I'm calling you Mike because it's M-Y-K. Y-N. I don't know how to say that, so we're just gonna take the first 3 letters and say Mike. So Mike, appreciate the support, man. It's really kind of you. I'm glad to have you here on the live stream. I know a lot of people watch YouTube videos, so with like hundreds of videos, a lot of people just don't show up to the streams. And it's disappointing because it's just a completely different experience. Being able to converse with everybody in the chat and then myself. This is smart. I like this. The walls from Cape Man. You may frown upon walls, but you cannot frown upon this because this just is common sense, guys. Wall up. Protect your fish. Are we going to see fire ships from Cape Man now that he's in the castle age or what? Yep, there are some fire ships. You can see Cribbles is around here. He actually looped the whole way around because he's on the left side in that corner. But he came around here with some galleys to pick up these fishing ships. But the strength of the Japanese in this situation is that their fishing ships don't go down near as fast. So it gives you time to keep them alive and then defend. Everybody's Japanese, so everybody's going to have those tanky ships. Phoenix, good to see you here. Locked teams, yes. This is not Diplo, guys. But I think we're just going to see... I don't think we're going to see any snippy action. I could be wrong. But I don't think we're going to see any snippy transports and things like that. So I think we're going to see a lot of booming. And Imperial Age upgrade for pretty much everybody. There's no way you can really die. Unless you don't wall up. But still your castle's there. Protecting your wood line, your TC... some of your other resources in other players' situations. So, I don't know. I don't think a player can really die in a feudal or castle age here. Unless they get snippied. But is it easy to snippy? I mean, you have the transport across water. And then you'd have to walk through here if you don't transport. So, I don't know. I don't think players will do that here. But I'm still going to have to look out for it. But let's just appreciate how many fishing ships Stan has right now. Taking advantage of it, he has a total of 15. Actually, XD has a total of 20 somewhere. So he has some out here, and then also the ones back here as well that we talked about earlier. He definitely needs to get to the castle age, get the upgrades. He's in the castle age, sorry. And so he just needs those upgrades now. But this villager, very close to going down. He's a boss. Didn't go down. He's trying to build more docks out here, understandably so, because Hankte is now going for some water control. Now, Hank is in the Castle Age, and he should be getting those upgrades as well.
Yes.
He has War Galley about to come in, and this would be pretty good. So now with War Galley, he can kill these fishing ships. But it's not Diplo. So you have to be very careful, because you can be up against anybody at any given time. I think Cape did the right thing, and he's just booming up here. This is what I would do, just defend my fish and boom. I wouldn't go full on attack or anything because there's 7 other players. There's no way I'm going to kill everybody with just water control, and that's going to really hurt my economy. So just defend the fish. Fish boom where you can. Cape has actually done a good job because he's at a disadvantage in the middle. All the players in the middle positions and not the corner positions are at a disadvantage because there's no fish here, and they're surrounded as well if they do start fishing.
I'm trying to learn hotkeys. How do I make sure that I only create military and forward buildings when skipping through each one in a fraction of a second? Thanks for the help in the great stream.
Well, let's say you have stables on the back and stables on the front, and you only want to create things from the front. You would have to control group them then, which I don't really do. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just don't do it. You would have to control group them, or you could just, if they're all right next to one another, you could select them individually and just use the hotkey for the unit. But it's all preference, man. Thanks for the $2.50. It's all preference. But you'd have to control group them. So let's say you had like 5 archery ranges on the left side of the map or whatever, and you're fighting on the right side and you want to go back to the left. I don't know, just creating some fake scenario. Then you go to your control group. But anyway, guys, we can see how important the water control is now. As the galleys are massed, definitely need to defend your fish. And Hank is massing a lot of galleys and even sending out some fire ships. He does not have Bodkin Arrow yet. He definitely should go for that. This is Regicide, yes. But I think this is the only engagement now. I think this is it. Nobody else is really going for it over here. Okay, some small engagements. But again, we are going to see Imperial Age Japanese War. What is Tom up to, by the way? He's still in the feudal age. Oh, he's been trushed. What? 1 tower. It's possible Tom is close to clicking up. Yeah, he's gonna click up now. That's really late, though. And he'll lose his fish now if yellow pushes in. The Japanese samurai. We could be seeing trebuchets. And then the elite petards with this mod, which are really interesting and I think worth it here. See a transport. I'm not sure why there's a transport here, but Cribbles is obviously going for something. Take a look. Oh, okay. So what Cribbles should do is click up to Imp and then use these petards when they're elite. I don't know what the upgrade costs. I did post the mod in the chat earlier. So there's a link there. So go ahead and check that out. Cape Man's gonna get that relic, which is nice. Maybe that'll tell you how many resources you need to get that upgrade. We'll see. I really need Cowboy. Thank you so much for the donation, man. I'm going to, as well, change the minimum donation to the $5, I think, just to avoid spam in the future, just so everybody knows. Because there's, what, 500 people here? If 500 people donated $2 with text-to-speech and it was Trolly, like, that would just be a lot. So I think in the future I'm going to do that. Just for the sake of the videos themselves. Because of all the sound effects that come into play with the alerts. But I think we're going to see Elite Petard now from Cribbles. And I just pray he has a ranged unit if he goes for snipes. I think other players are going to be going for snipes as well. But here's the thing, guys. If you're going to snipe, Samurai are not going to be what you want here. I know Samurai are exciting. If they do get like 3 shots with upgrades, then they can kill the king. But the downside of a melee unit is that the king can run faster than it. King cannot run faster than arrows if you get close enough. So making arbalest or crossbow is going to be a really good idea if you're trying to go for snipes. Everybody's just booming up now. Now this is good for Stan. He may have saw the transport from Cribbles, but this just goes back to what I was saying. If you're going to be going for some type of transport, you're going to need some water control. Now, it looks like Cribbles is going to try and get this relic back home. And we're going to follow this mission and see how this goes. Okay, wow, there's a crossbow there from Fiorenzo. What's he up to? Getting ballistics now? I'm gonna have to start focusing now. Focusing more. But you can see this transport from Gribbles is just chilling out. He wants to get over here. He wants to get that relic back home. Now, the Elite Petard upgrade, as far as I know, that does not show up on the overlay. So, if someone gets it, it's just gonna happen. We can't see it because technically it's not a Age of Empires upgrade. It's just something we added in with this mod. If Cribbles can make it back with this relic, that's insane. You can see that there were galleys here from Stan a moment ago. Oh, nope. This is gonna be bad for you, Cribbles. Save the monk. What? 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 How is this possible? Stan turned around to kill one fishing ship from Fiorenzo and not kill the transport. Okay, so that monk's gonna get back home. Unbelievable. What a journey, guys. What is this down here? We have a transport. XD is just beating up on Tom Cromwell. He has some knights and some spears, and that villager's still there, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Tom, bottom score for some time here because he lost his fish early on. Was late to the castle age. I don't think this is going to be easy for him. Okay, let's look around elsewhere. If you ever see me casting and not saying that I'm looking around elsewhere for a specific reason, it's because I'm looking around to make sure I'm not missing anything. And right now it looks like over here everything's looking good. Over here you can see Hank is just booming up on water. Imperial Age upgrade is coming in. Alright, well, what a game we have on our hands here to start out the day. And oh boy, Cape Man. He's going for it, guys. He is going for it. So he's making petards. He needs the elite petard upgrade. So right now, these petards have 25 attack. And their splash damage, I don't know the range. When you get the elite petard upgrade, there's more range on the splash. And also it's 40 attack, and also they're faster. So these guys are pretty OP. And Caveman might be going for exactly what I said to do. Go for Arbalest, and then go for the petards. It's not like players can run easily. Everybody's walled up, and there's water control on all these sides, so it's not like you can run your king away. Poor Tom is about to get sandwiched. A yellow and blue sandwich. What color does that turn into? Whatever that is. I'm testing your elementary school knowledge here. Whatever that is, it'll be Tom soon. I don't think he's going to last long in this one. I like this in the middle. My Chronic is thinking ahead. Instead of thinking about King Snipes, he's actually here and he's going to get all of this extra gold. If you can lock this down, like get water control in the middle, just hold it. Put your king in the middle even. That'd be stupid, but just hold this. There's so much gold here. That would help you out so much in the later game. There it is. There's the Elite Petard upgrade. 60 HP as well, so the HP goes up. Why do people build so many town centers? You build more town centers so you can create more villagers. So if you have 4 town centers, you can create 4 villagers at the same time as you can create 1 with 1 town center. So that's basically the idea. You can see how high the vill count is for these guys. Tom is at 9. So Tom will die. There's no way Tom will last in this one. It's not like he can rebound and go somewhere else. But everybody else is booming up their ecos. If you're a relatively newer player, or a novice rather, your problem is probably you don't make enough villagers and your TCs are idled for far too long. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. So that's why you need more town centers. You can see XD is actually running his fish, most likely because Red is here. And he's running his fish right into Cape Man's fires. But I am ready for this, guys. I am ready for this. What's going on over here, though? Because we know Cribbles was going to be doing something with Petards. Don't see anything yet. So green instantly gets smashed into green. Yeah. I don't know why we're seeing halves from XD, because halberdiers really don't counter anything the Japanese are good at. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if he's able to kill this guy, he can get these resources, and the wood will be helpful later on in this game. I think this is a crucial area of the map. Yellow and XD are going to be fighting. I think we really need to focus on that. But it looks like Cape Man's going for hand cannons. I don't like that move at all. Oh! What's going on over here? We have the sneak castle from... Oh my gosh! That castle's going to go right down. That castle's going to go right down. But still, Cribbles has the mangonels here. And there's so many villagers from Cape Man going for the panic castle in defense. It takes 5 elite Petards to go castle, guys, and this is halfway up, so this will go down in the blink of an eye, and then Cape Man might fight on the left. I was just gonna say Cape Man gonna be fighting XD at some point, but no, Cribbles wanted to fight Cape Man, which is interesting. I thought he was gonna go after Stan, but maybe he saw the galleons and thought better of it. P90, I'll try sniping Cape Man's king. Is he saying that for the sake of the viewers? Did other people see that? That's the question. All of this is gonna die now, and Cribbles needs to run these villagers away. They're all dead. Oh, Cribbles, what a disaster. Sneaky castle drops are not good when you have the elite Petards, guys, and all of you mods, or not mods, well, mods can do it too. All of you subs can get your emotes now in the chat. Let's see how well Tom Cromwell fares. Come take my resources, kill blue. Well, Tom does not like blue, but apparently he's appealing to yellow now. Yellow was gonna kill him anyway, but he just didn't know it. There's the king. There's Tom. And Tom is gonna run down here. Unfortunately, there is a knight there, so he's gonna have to be careful, but he should be able to run around if he wants to. What's going on in the middle now? See a lot of water control. Units being massed. Fiorenzo has the same idea. Just making sure he's not pressured. Getting out to the middle. Getting that gold. But speaking of pressure, you can see Stan's all over him. All over him. He's going to lose so many villagers here. He can lose the TC on, well, the left side or the back side. And then on the right side, he can lose all these villagers too as well. So yeah, that's just the importance of water control here. But what's going on with these fights? Rebel's still losing villagers. And oh, he's gonna go for it. Okay, we have to figure out where Stan has his king. I didn't control group them early on. Okay, so there's a king right there. Cribbles is a transport. There's elite Petards there. He needs Arbalest, I think, but still no archery range, so he's probably not gonna have success with this. He could actually kill a king with the Petards, but unlikely. Now Tom's down here, and you can see XD actually has a TC here. It's so unfortunate for Tom. Tom's gonna go down, guys. There's no doubt about it. Elsewhere, just water control. Still trying to focus on what's going on. Okay. The Petards are loading up, guys. Get the Petards in the chat. This is the same transport that transported that monk. You can tell because of the HP. So this is a legendary transport ship. This will go down in history, I'm sure. Because nothing can kill this thing. Nothing at all. You can see that Teal is also going for some Petards as well in defense. So, you might see something there. Oh! He's going for Cape Man. How did I not realize that? Cape Man is right here. Cape Man is about to focus and try and help out Green, I guess? Who is about to lose his king to Halberdiers. GG. Cape Man needs to be very careful here. And oh! How is this happening? I'm missing it every time. Guys, there's so much to focus on with this. TC down. where was the king for Cribbles? I don't know where it is. Did it run away? It's back here. It did run away. Gosh, this is why you need control groups. Cribbles is going to do the same thing. With the elite Petards, they can just run and bust up all the walls and run in and try and kill the king. This is crazy. We got to focus on every side. Water control over here. These guys are playing more of the meta. You can see how important the middle is, and Red recognizes that. But still, I just want to see Cribbles do something over here. You can see Cape Man continuing to go in with the hand cannons and the Petards. And again, guys, this is an elite Petard. So this is a special mod we have for the community games. And these things can kill a castle in 5 hits. Not to mention, everything else is so much easier as well. Cribbles, I think, needs to make a move. Because it's obvious he's struggling here. If you look at the score as well, I think he needs to make a move. Okay, so 3 hits to kill a TC. This is not the right play from Cribbles. He's gonna die at this rate. Oh, snap! His king actually was right next to Stan's units as well, so he had to run the king away again. Cribbles needs to kill somebody now. He needs to go for it. His cannon galleons, okay, that's actually a pretty interesting move here. You can see how many shots these Petards are taking. It's tense. It is tense, guys. But not looking good for Cribbles. He's going to lose all of his fishing ships, villagers. He's completely sandwiched now. The king's just sitting here while there's units on either side. There's a trade cog from Cribbles. It looks like he's going to be trading to try and come out of this mess. I think that was a mistake. But Cape Man is coming in with Petards. He is filing in these guys one by one. I still don't like the hand cannon choice just because... Well, I don't know. Arbalest would do fine against infantry as well. I don't get it, but King's out here. Cape Man's going to go for the TC again. Cribbles won't be able to build another TC unless he uses the market. And it's not looking good for him. You can see the cannon galleons are going to focus down this castle. And Cribbles needs to make a move, guys. He really needs to make a move. If he kills Cape Man now, he's safe. He can go to the right easily. He's not doing that. Okay, XD's pushing out towards the middle. It looks like he's just trying to clear up the walls that Green put before he died. Basically wants that gold. Meanwhile, out here you can see the water battles going on. But still, transports are so viable here, so I have to pay attention to that, and it's not going to be easy for me to do that. I haven't talked about Fire Enzo in a long time. I'm not sure what he's up to. It looks like Cannon Galleon coming in for him on the right-hand side. You look at the spec dashboard, and now the Petards are still here. Not looking good for Cribbles. He needs to make that move. I don't know why Cribbles hasn't gone yet. Of course, it's like a one-and-done thing. He goes, and he fails, and then it's over for him, because he's at such a low population, but... Man, he should definitely go for it. And you know what, guys? This just goes back to my importance of a ranged unit. Like, I stress that. If he went with skirmishers even, the skirmishers could just try and shoot that king once it came out of this castle. But Cape Man will probably reposition this. You have to think. Cribbles! Do it! Do it, Cribbles! What side is... Oh, king's gone. Nope, not gonna happen. King's in the TC now. He knows that. But there's no ranged unit here to snipe the king. So the king's just running away. King will run away. Petard's going to kill that TC. So this is nice for Cribbles, but I don't think it's going to be good enough. He still has to deal with the hand cannons in his base. Oh, he's going for Onager. Okay, so 1 shot or 2 should clean that up. Meanwhile, we have... Oh! We have the snipe coming here! Where's Gray's king? Cav archers from Hank. This is beautiful. The king has to be in the TC. I think it's in the TC or the castle. Petard's coming in now. That should be enough with the Trebs to kill off Gray. And Gray has not been doing a bad job this game. Though he did lose the water to Red, which gave Red this opportunity. Cav archers, the ranged unit we were talking about. The Petard's still coming in. I was looking for this, and I found it till too late still. I can't believe that. King is here. And Gray probably just will not be able to last, guys. There's no way he can last now. against trebuchets, cav archers. Castle will go down. It almost seems like if you're the first to attack, it should work out here if you boom up, because with the petards, they're just so incredibly strong. You can really push well. King for Cribble's still alive. Meanwhile, Gray, like I said, gonna struggle. What I would do if I was red, I would just send the cav archers underneath the TC and sit there. Just sit underneath the TC and then have the trebs deploy on the TC. So when the king runs out, it should die. All these villagers running away. Desperate Siege Workshop. Okay. Anything else going on? Just need to check the perimeter. No. This TC will go down. Where will the king go? Will it go to its death here? Well, the king is right there. He clicked it, and it's down. Now, if he just had Petards and Trebs, that king could continue to run around. But he went for ranged unit, and that's what was important. Rebels is still alive somehow. He could still snipe with the resources he has. I'm dropping frames. I haven't dropped a lot of frames. I did up the bitrate, by the way. So, if there are issues with connection, then just let me know, but I should be able to handle the bitrate. I've dropped a total of 993 frames. But yeah, what we're seeing right now is the lag from the game. And wow, XD is building castles, and he has a ton of elite petards. This is going to be great. Now, XD does the same thing every time, guys. He kills one person, he booms up with their resources, and then he usually wins. XD plays it smart. Oh, now we have Teal coming in with cav archers. He's going to try and kill yellow, and you know what? Cape Man could be in trouble here. Cape Man, does he have his king back here? I hope not. I think he does. No other buildings are garrisoned. There's the king. It's going this way. But going towards the galleons. This is so bad. Cape Man could go down. Third highest score. He's done a great job. He could go down before Cribbles. We have to focus on this. Of course, there's action elsewhere. The cav archers are coming in. Good cutthroat play from Stan here. There's the king, and the king should die here. He didn't click it in time. He did not click it in time. The king, wait, hold on, hold on. Petards killed it. Pretty sure the Petards killed it. What a snipe there. And this gives Cribbles maybe an opportunity to do something to Teal. Can you imagine if Cribbles gets over here and kills Teal? Cribbles survives the both of them. That would be insane. But Cape Man is now out of it. Cape Man, unfortunate for you, man. I mean, you had a great game, but this is just the beauty of the settings we have on display for you guys. Ton of castles for XD, and he's going to be going for a ton of petards. What he should do is just run right through here. Just bust down the houses, the stone wall, and just kill everything red has. That's what I would do. So right now, red's in a good spot because he can get all these resources. If XD kills red now as well, he should be the firm favorite because he has no threat on the left-hand side because 2 guys are dead over there, and then he would kill people on the right-hand side. In fact, if he kills red, 2 people would be dead over there as well. It's like you get close to XD, and for some reason you're dead. You're done. Okay. Red's in the middle now with Trebs and cav archers. You can see the galleons are here from Fiorenzo. His water control should be good at holding down his own base, but he still needs to be careful. Transports are going to be a problem. I would go as far as like making... I don't know, it's so hard. It's so hard to say what you can do against these petards, because if they get on your base, they can destroy anything in sight. But still, this is a good move for Fiorenzo. As long as he's not being transported, he should be fine. Teal will probably... He's actually trading a bit. Will probably send his galleons around at some point. You have to imagine. Look how many petards XD has. He can destroy every single building that red has if he gets across. Red has brought water control over now, so that's not going to be the way to go. So is he going to go this way? Wow. This is such a cool mod. It's definitely not something that should be in regular play. But this is nuts. How often do you see this? And XD did the right thing, like I said, getting someone else's resources and now reaping the benefits. He's going for stables as well. He needs a ranged unit though. I get the trash idea. I get the light cav idea. Because you're probably thinking, hey, are these guys... Okay, I thought those were trade cogs. You're probably thinking, hey, I don't want to waste my gold. But you need ranged units. Just go with elite skirmishers or something. To those wondering when the next game is going to be today, there will be a game after this. We will do King of the Hill. There was a very close vote before this, and I think it was 33 votes for Regicide, 32 votes for King of the Hill. So we will give the King of the Hill people their King of the Hill game after this. Thanks again for the support, guys, as usual. I just love streaming for you guys. It's great. I really need to slow down. I have had a lot of coffee this morning, and I'm like, yip, 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 yip. But, yeah, it's been good. Okay, so this is allowed. Stan is actually trading with someone who is dead. What I didn't want is trading amongst two people who were alive. And obviously enemies, because this isn't Diplo. Oh, crap. I was like, where are these guys? There we go. The Petards are going in. Light cav here. Red's gonna be attacked. Oh, man. This is so great. This is so great. Marcus Bond says, I was late to the party. Marcus, the party's just getting started, man. Okay, so Light cav have gone out as scouts. That's a lot of Petards. Red is not threatening blue on land. Look at the resources XD has. He's going in for the kill, guys. Imagine just one demo ship going in there and killing these guys. I don't know what that would look like. These Petards can kill trees, by the way. But that's not what he's going for. Still no ranged unit, which just bothers me so much. But that's a lot of Petards. He could kill all the houses, all the ranges, all the TCs. He just needs to be careful not to waste all... No! He just wasted so many! Guys, okay, this was a fail. Listen, if you have like 50 Petards like that, and you go underneath a TC and engage it, they'll all engage it. So you only need to use the Petards that you need. Otherwise, you're gonna waste it. And XD with the WTF in the chat, because he lost so many of those. You gotta be careful. It really is annoying. Because I've tested out this mod and I've used Petards before, playing with all you wacky guys, but you gotta be careful. That was such a waste by him. But still, I feel like he should have an advantage because he has so many resources. Red also should know now, and because he has these resources, he should be able to push back. The water control is gonna have to be relocated for him. He needs galleons here, he needs galleons here, and then he needs to go for a transport, I think, himself. I don't think you can mess around with these game modes. I don't think you can do it. Like Cribbles, he's still alive down here, and he's ready to attack someone. So, just go for the kill. Okay, so it does look like I've dropped a few more frames, but it's not really that bad. So let me know if you're experiencing any bad issues with the stream quality, guys. I did make a couple quality adjustments for this stream today. I wanted the quality to be better for YouTube and things, so I just upped the bitrate, and I just did one more thing as well. Hank is aware that XD is trying to build up on water now, but I still think XD should have an opportunity to build up because Hank is not coming down with the rest of his ships. XD should just garrison his galleons until he has a lot more and then go for it. Interesting that Cribbles could actually come back and win this game because he has all of this space down here. Cape Man may have had 2 relics as well. Let's see. Yeah, Cribbles can get these relics. Look at his resources. Sorry, that's Cape Man. I'm an idiot. Cribbles doesn't have a lot of resources, but he has more population now and he'll have more space, all because of Teal's snipe. Speaking of snipe, holy crap! It all happens in the blink of an eye. Where's the king? The king's over here. Stan needs to be careful. The Petards came in with the cav archers. I gotta stop talking about these important things that aren't as important as snipes because everybody's going for snipes. I can't talk about eco or any of that garbage this game. No more eco talk. Teal has his king in this transport, but he should be able to get away. Fire Enzo, going for the kill. At the same time, we actually had a transport back here from Teal as well. Okay. Only battle from here on out, guys. I'm not going to try and teach you about eco or anything like that. None of that. No more of that nonsense. Because we cannot miss this. Some trade raiding from Fire Enzo now with the Cav Archers. But man, Teal lost a lot. In fact, he's down to 17 vills. 17 villagers. What has happened here for Stan? Well, he didn't see this coming. And that's what can happen when you have elite Petards and onagers and trebuchets and just all the glorious Japanese things mixed with this mod. All these villagers that he does have probably going to go down. Except maybe this guy and this guy here. But you can see the king's still there. Meanwhile, big battle over here. And like I said, XD had a little bit of time. But in come the Petards and the raid now from Hank. So Hank is probably going to lose water. They're just going to switch roles. Hank is going to lose water and go on land here for a moment. But XD's like, get out of here, fool. I'm going right back. XD doesn't even care. Can he engage? Okay, I was hoping Hank could engage and kill a lot of these Petards, but that didn't happen. The Rams are there now. What happens when Rams engage these things? Well, not a lot, apparently. Where are the ranged units, XD? Where are the Cav Archers? Everybody's going for Cav Archers. It's a really good move. This would be busted down so fast. I think that was worth it to send that Petard out there. House is going to go down. House walling is not the play here. Everything's going to get destroyed. Okay, the Petard's just running on by. Now there's more Petards from Hank. And guys, get the T90 Petard in the chat because this is legitimately the best strategy. Just blow up everything. This is great. This is great. Champions from Cribbles. And he's going to think about pushing out at some point. What is Teal doing with this king right now? I have to answer that question. He doesn't even have a freaking TC, guys. Does he have villagers? 3 villagers. Like, he needs to keep villagers alive. He has all these resources. He has 1 villager down here, Petards, and his king here. This is a nice little base for Stan, but this is all he has left at 23 population. This is nuts. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this would be a really good area to transport. If you're XD, you have to be thinking, okay, I keep running through his base to get to this castle. Let's transport around, right? Transport around with Cav Archers. Can everybody just type Cav Archers in the chat? We have 500 people here. I just need a Cav Archer in the chat. If we get 500 Cav Archers in the chat, maybe XD will do it. That's my hope. Because he's in such a good position. I almost hope that Hank defends and pushes XD back just because XD isn't making Cav Archers. Doesn't have to be Cav Archers, just any ranged unit. But maybe he wants to win purely by Petards, I don't know. Thank you guys, thank you guys. Thank you for contributing to the stream, I appreciate it. Okay, well, this is the new base of Stan. Seems good, right? Oh, Hank has been defeated, are you kidding me? The king has gone down back here. And I don't think there was a transport either. I think the cannon galleons just came in. Hank is done. Hank is done. XD's done such a good job. Let's be honest. As much as I have ranted about his lack of Cav Archers, he's done a good job killing so many people. Stan's new TC is right next to barracks from Cribbles, and Cribbles is making Japanese champions. The king is right there as well. So we're probably going to see someone else go down here in a minute. And if that happens, if Stan goes down, that means we're going to have Fire Enzo up in this corner. He has survived. We're going to have XD on the bottom half of the map, and then Cribbles on the left side. It's been a long game, but it feels like it's been a short game. But now a castle from Stan. He's going to try and stay alive. Come on, Cribbles. Just kill him. Finish him off, man. Actually, just use the trebs. Go after the transport. That'd be epic. I think things are going to calm down now. When you kill a player like this, you just need to kill all of his buildings, like castles, which will fire at you, things like that. TCs at a garrison, and then the units, and then you just take the resources, and that's exactly what XD always does. Fire Enzo might need to think about getting some water control, because If he does not get some form of water control, it could be bad for him. He actually has a lot of cav archers and skirmishers now, as XT's running out to the middle to die. Now, Fire Enzo has all this gold in the middle, guys, and I stressed that early on. Fire Enzo has a lot of resources himself, so it's going to be difficult for Fire Enzo to do it, but if he wants to take a risk, maybe he will take a risk and try and transport. If he has like 3 transports full of elite petards, he can destroy all of this.
Cav archers.
Cav archers! That's right, Zealot. Thank you so much for the $5 in the message to the people. And XD, who is not stream cheating, but if he was, I'm sure he'd start making cav archers for you. This middle control is an interesting element to this, because Fire Enzo did not go to the left, get any resources because there's none left, or none remaining, rather. It's a better word. And he's gone to the middle instead. This isn't going to be easy to hold once XD comes in with his form of water control, so he's going to have to prioritize that. If he does hold that, he could be on even terms with XD with resources and gold. Because XD's running out now, and there's still a lot of gold left in the middle. What is Cribbles up to, though? See, Cribbles, he doesn't like this XD guy. In fact, Cribbles, he just wants to kill everybody because he knows he's the weakest player left. Besides Stan. I don't know why he hasn't killed Stan. I mean, come on. If Stan ends up killing somebody now, it's gonna be ridiculous. But yeah, you have to expect Cribbles to go on the offensive, I think. There are the ships now from XD, not really threatening Fire Enzo. Fire Enzo doesn't have a lot here except skirmishers and some halbs. Things have slowed down for the time being, and everybody in the chat is on the edge of their seat, as am I, awaiting some action. Elite Petards coming out from Fire Enzo. He really needs to get water control, guys. With cannon galleons, I mean, you're looking at 15 range here. So, these cannon galleons can kill everything that Fire Enzo has. Oh gosh, not the cav archers. Not my cav archers. Okay, income galleons, this is good. Castle will go down. Not enough galleons, but, you know, the galleons can help out against these ECGs, these elite cannon galleons. Cannon galleon's not coming in for Fire Enzo as well. He needs to go back here. He needs to go back. He cannot lose this. Okay, Cribbles is now pushing in. He's going to take out this wall. It's funny that he has all these petards and he's using the trebs. But he does have champions and no ranged unit except these crossbows. They only have fletching, which is a feudal age upgrade. Like, dang it, Cribbles. Come on, man. Get some ranged units in here. I do like the champions. But, geez Louise. If you're going to go for a snipe, you got to prepare a ranged unit. Fire Enzo, he needs to not panic here. Sending in 5 galleons is not going to win him this fight. He needs to just mass them and then send them in. You can see his population's pretty good. He probably could afford to lose some of these villagers anyway. Just needs to mass his military. The Rams will help out in this fight a bit. Cav archers he's actually going to use. He's trading decently well. But yeah, this shouldn't be happening. Where does Cribbles have his king at? This I need to know. Okay, Cribbles has his king here, and you can see that Stan is right here. Stan could literally run in with cav archers right now and kill this king. Cribbles needs to kill this guy. Smock Hobbs, welcome to the T90 Elite. Guys, get the woo-woo-woos in the chat. Not only for the sub, but for this game, because this has been a great game. In comes the push from Cribbles. Why has he not sent his king to safety yet? I don't know. But he is going to attack XD, and XD did lose his battle, and he's probably going to prioritize saving his king now. You're looking at 116 military from Cribbles. If only we had like 50 petards just to destroy everything. The Treb should be enough. It'll just be a slower death. Why is XD at 140 pop if he has so much in the way of resources? Good question, really. He has a lot of resources. He's going for Elite Samurai now, though, so I think his population is going to rise. He has 84 villagers. It's kind of hard to fill the rest with military consistently. Keep in mind, XD has been fighting the entire game. Cribbles, he lost the fight, he survived, and now he's been untouched for a while. I do think that when the Elite Samurai come over, you'll see XD clean this up, provided he has all upgrades, which he's actually missing one. But Elite Samurai are just too good. But there are a lot of champions here, you never know. Okay, I still have to pay attention to this side. Petards from XD. Thinking about a transport or something. Or raid to the middle. Fiorenzo. He has more water control. He's been using cav archers. What's he gonna do? Are you kidding me? You have got to be kidding me. That's ridiculous. And that's the wrong that's the wrong soundboard thing. But jeez. Cribbles just lost his king. There's no way that should have happened. There's no way that should have happened, Cribbles. Why did he send a king over here in the first place? He doesn't have any buildings to hide his king in. Maybe Cribbles can explain in the chat. But I don't know. I don't get it. There's a pause now, or they're figuring something out. Maybe they all paused because they're all dying laughing after Cribble's death. But I like how Stan was like, LOL, what? Oh man. Now, hold on a second. Stan can actually come back into this one because there's not a lot of military here. He just needs to clear up all these buildings and boom up again. Stan can actually come back. If Stan wins this, the YouTube title will be Stan the Man. But they're dead. Then T90 can't cast, I think. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Well, Hank was host, and Hank hasn't left the game yet. So Hank knows what's going on. So I should be able to cast it. I'm not sure. Hopefully Hank didn't drop. See, the thing is, if the host leaves after they're dead, then it ruins the spectating. That would really suck if Hank is dropped or something, but I don't know what the situation is. Anyway, Stan's alive, XD's alive, and Fiorenzo is alive. And that's where we're at right now. Samurai are coming in. And honestly, this is very good for XD because he was probably not excited about having to take this fight. And well, he doesn't have to now. Galleon's coming in now. Fiorenzo has a lot of water control. XD doesn't have enough. Sending in his navy though. You can see how many units he has queued up in his docks. Look at his resources. We'll look at Fiorenzo. Fiorenzo has a lot of resources as well. Hank was host. Yeah, Hank was host, but Hank must still be in the game because the game is good, Algernon. So I'm not sure what they're talking about. It just worried me for a second. Anyway, this is a really good game. XD definitely has the best position as far as resources go, but do not forget the power of the snipes, the cav archers, and the skirms. XD, I feel like if the world worked the way it should work, XD should die here for not going cav archers, right? But that's not how the world is sometimes. XD has done the right thing. XD, honestly, has made the best decisions this game. Killing so many players, getting all those resources. But I just want to see a ranged unit from him, man. But in all honesty, it's going to be very hard for him to get over to Fiorenzo without water control, so he might just focus full water control now. Stan, we're going to stay on Stan's point of view. And guys, I give you permission to watch this if I'm missing it. Stan has cav archers and petards. His king is in this TC. He has an idle TC at 36 pop. Stan killed Cribbles by accident. Cribbles, by the way, say something in the chat. Let everybody know what happened there. But if I miss this, say something. I feel like I just want to sit here and watch it. Who's he going to go for? Is he going to go for Fiorenzo? I don't think that's gonna work. He does have transports over here now, so he could scout out with them if he wants. Maybe, you know what? It would work. He could run in right here and go for that castle. That would be nuts. Or he could go for XD as well, which would be a little bit more difficult. These guys are flip-floppity-flopping all around. XD lost the water. Now he's re-winning the water. This has happened like 6 times. But all in all, I think for Fire End Zone for XD, you need water control. Want to receive me in your base? I'm a refugee, says Stan. No, Stan, don't give it away. Stan, okay. Stan doesn't need to go full YOLO here, guys. He doesn't need to do that. He could boom up now. He has villagers. All he needs to do is build a TC here. Create villagers with his 11k food. Just continue to create vills. I don't know why he doesn't do that, but he's probably going for the highlight reel. Tweaky TV. Welcome to the T90 Elite, man. What a game we have on our hands. The 2 strongest players on opposite sides of the map. Definitely not enough woo-woo-woos in the chat for that sub, by the way. Thanks for the support. Okay, Fire Anso's now coming out with some petards. I'm not sure where he's sending them. Maybe to the middle. But, oh gosh, a huge battle again in the middle. Look at the cannon galleons. I don't like the amount of cannon galleons he has, though, in relation to his galleons. Because if the galleons from XD kill the galleons from Fire Enzo, then these cannon galleons are goners. But we'll see what happens. There we go. That's better. That's better. There's some more woo-woos. Interesting that the halberdiers for Fire Enzo really helped him there. They acted as a great meat shield, and you can see XD was just attacking these halves for so long. You can see the corpses. That's good for Fire Enzo. Oh gosh, he's going for it. He's GG.
Ultimate team. Nobody can beat US in the Lion King game.
GG. Oh man, Stan says whoops. He went for it, guys. He went for it. XT spotted it though. Bullet, thanks for the resub, man. That's funny. More transports from Stan now. And is he finally going to build up an economy? Actually has a TC back over here. He didn't have that earlier. That was close. Close but no cigar. Nobody can beat us in the Lion King game. You're right about that, Bullet. You're right about that. How is this game gonna end? Surely it has to be a snipe, right? Like, Stan is the interesting character in this game because nobody is prioritizing killing this guy. And with the elite petards and cav archers and the resources he has, he can do a lot of damage here. Even though it's kind of weird how he's not building up his eco. We have to see a snipe. I'm thinking it's going to be full water control though. And XD has full galleon. While Fire Enzo has a lot of galleon and elite cannon galleon. So I don't know, like the middle's so very important still. Fire Enzo has had the map control in the middle, getting all this gold. But XD's at 125 military now. Can Fire Enzo hold on? Losing villagers over here. I want to see a transport go this way. Just full of elite petards. Just go around and then destroy everything. Stan is building archery ranges and elite petards, so he's going for it. He just used the market as well. Big battle out here though. Still, the halberdier is really helping out Fire Enzo. If I were XD, I would send a villager out here and build a siege workshop, and I would send rams to kill these buildings, but also as a meat shield. But Fire Enzo is just winning every time because of the halps. But it looks like XD might try and loop around and sandwich. This is not good for Fire Enzo. These ships are so weak against galleons when the galleon's getting close. And now he's running the wrong direction, in my opinion. He probably should have ran this way. Because now if he doesn't win this fight over here, which I think he will for now, if he doesn't win it, he's just gonna guarantee he's gonna lose all of his ships. But still, being persistent with the halberdiers. But in comes XD, and XD should win this. Like, the halberdiers have really helped him out. Fire Enzo, it's insane, but XD should win this battle. And that's a lot of wasted units for Fire Enzo. And he may live to regret that. Okay, so still focusing on Stan. He's only at 24 population. Like, he doesn't have that much to focus on right now, so in the kindest way possible, I'm basically saying, what are you doing? You're not creating units with your gold. Where's he gonna go? I don't know. He does have TCs, so he is gonna boom up a little bit. But ultimately, he needs a snipe at some point, I think, and XD now pushing in and showing his dominance over Fire Enzo. What is up with the Petards? They are elite Petards. They have more HP, they explode more, and they are faster. Now, Fire Enzo, if he really thinks he's going to lose water control, what he should do is he should make a ton of transports over here, send the Petards, send Cav Archers, and just go dump-da-dump-da-dump-da-dump-da-dum all around here. Oh man, look at this. Hank still has a market, XD's trading with it. Perfect late game stuff. In fact, XD, he has 3 relics, which is really going to be good for him. More than Fire Enzo, I'm sure. Fire Enzo is bound to lose the water now. He needs to make a decision. That castle will not last long if cannon galleons come in. He's still taking bad fights. Fire Enzo should just sit back here, mass his units more, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have the resources XD has. He had opportunities though. What is Stan gonna do? See, if Fire Enzo goes down in the next minute, and then Stan tries to snipe XD, it's not gonna work. Because XD is going to focus his attention over here. So this is crucial. If Stan's going to do this, he needs to get over here now. And when he does get over here, he's going to have a lot of castles to kill. And oh, here we go. Still no freaking Cav Archers from XD, but that castle is going to go right down. Might make the same mistake. Nope. Still saving some of his Petards. He can actually run in here and kill this castle now, if he wants to. Fire Enzo's in trouble. He is really in trouble. I don't see Fire Enzo coming back into this one at 75 population. Not by normal means. We definitely need to see a snipe. St. Petersburg. Thank you, sir. I saw the cannon galleons come down here earlier. Fire Enzo. I don't know. He's not going to do anything. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Stan. Stan the man. Stan the man. There's Stan the man. We got to follow his journey. Follow his journey. And let us see what he sees. Okay, he even has a villager here, guys. Here we go. We will watch it in silence. This is all he has. This is his existence. This is his life. This is what he has left, and he's gonna go for it. He's gonna try and accomplish what he's dreamt of for years and years and years. Cribbles, don't ruin the dream! Cribbles, don't ruin the dream! Okay, we're fine. Albadir, oh, so close. Okay, so he's going around. I mean, it's obvious right now Fire Enzo's in trouble. His king's back here. That castle actually stayed up. Light Cav now coming in. Fire Enzo, oh, so close to losing that king. But we have to follow the dream. This is the dream, guys. Oh, crap. What the... Dude! What kind of dream is this? Why are you transporting here? Stan, that's the worst dream I've ever seen. Alright. We're gonna have to follow up on Fire Enzo's dream now, because I wanted him to go for the transport. You can see the king still running around for Fire Enzo. But anywhere he runs, he will run into blue units. He can't hide in this castle now. I think he just tried to. The light cav surrounding him. The galleon's surrounding him. And he's out. Stan, what are you doing, man? He's gonna build a castle with this villager. Dang it, Stan. Such a disappointment. Oh, Mr. Olacy with the sub. Sorry, Mr. Olacy. I didn't know I missed that. He said, when T90 official ignores subscription. Get the woo-woo-woos in the chat from Mr. Olacy. Sorry about that. I just didn't see it. Stan, your time is up, man. Your time is up. Guys, sometimes you just can't live out your dreams. Sometimes people, they don't reach for the skies with their dreams. Oh. Right on cue. Right on cue. The guy loads the transport up again and loses it as he has all the units in there. What did I say? Like, why are you messing around as the two top dogs fight, trying to boom up? Just go and try and snipe, man. It was always going to be difficult, but just try it. Oh man, perfect timing, perfect timing. But anyway, I don't think XD is gonna have any problems now. And guys, you have to credit XD for the way he plays his community games. Very similar to, I think, Gamisha, where Gamisha will make sure he plays the late game, right? Except XD, I think, does a little bit different than Gamisha and a little bit more exciting. He always kills somebody. Always kills one person, and then he lives off their resources. And it's such a smart thing to do. If it's King of the Hill, it's a different story. I've seen him fail at that before, but XD's just really smart in the way he does things here. He's running around. I don't know where Stan has his king. I guess I should focus on that. I don't have a control group. Oh, it's right there. Alright. These guys are trying to decide how they want to die. Well, in the words of my forefathers, fuck y'all, and then he kills the king. GG, GG, GG. Alright, great game, guys. That was a great game. Exciting stuff. This map offered an awful lot. I think without the Petard mod, this would have sucked. It would have been full water control. But with the Petard mod, it makes it exciting. So it allows us to do Mega Random more often. So Salad, thanks so much for this mod. We can do Mega Random more often because the Petards can always shake things up. The tree also has double the amount of wood as well. So Mega Random on maps like this, often you would find that players will run out of wood. In this case, it's not going to happen. Whereas easily. A good game. XD, that was just well played from XD. Just a solid performance. Hank did have opportunities. Fire Enzo had opportunities. Cribbles had opportunities. But ultimately, XD was on top of it. He was not even threatened this entire game, guys. I really like the move to build a lot of castles here, because you could lose like 2 or 3 castles in the blink of an eye to Petards, but, you know, he went even further. And keep in mind, you only started with an extra 1,000 stone. So he definitely purchased some of this, or of course he could have got the stone from or Tom Cromwell. But we will look at the achievements now. You can see XD, I think, deserving the win with the units killed, units lost. And there's the eco stats as well. Extra gold, extra stone. Okay, so we can see the stone that was collected. Yeah, guys, I mean, it's obvious to me that every time XD plays in a community game, I'm going to ruin his strategy now for him. He kills somebody and then reaps the benefits. So keep that in mind. In a Regicide game, that does kind of make sense. But in King of the Hill, it's different, and we're going to see King of the Hill next.